Alrighty, everybody. This is Trevor going through a speedy run of Super Metroid. I think I am going to try and shrink down the screen just a little bit here so you guys can actually see everything. Alright, that's me on my phone. You're me twice. Try and shrink down the screen just a little bit here so you guys can see everything. That's obnoxious. Stop that.
Mute
All
that.
right. Okay.
It's all good.
Trev, you should be good to go.
Cool. I'll just get through the opening cutscene here.
The last Metroid.
In case you've never heard the lore of Super Metroid.
Oh, the lore of Super Metroid is everything I live for, my man. Alright, while you're going through that, I'm going to use the restroom, so entertain our viewers for a little bit.
I will entertain said viewers for a little bit, I promise. I apologize, I can't see chat, so if you are chatting, that's back there, but as soon as Josh is back, I know he'll be taking care of that, so. Oh look, it's Metroid 1. Pew, pew, pew. So I will be very honest, I haven't done the actual speed run of this game in a while. Not only that, I am not used to using a Switch Pro controller, so this is a brand new experience for me. We'll see how it goes, but I'll do my darndest. Should be able to get through this in less than an hour and a half. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, so this is just, like I was saying, the opening scroll, the lore, as it were. I'm going to take the hat off here. Let's get serious. Excuse me. So yeah, plugging right along, I guess. Of course, in Metroid 2, Samus got the last Metroid, brought it back to the researchers on Cirrus Station as she was leaving a distress beacon. Oh no, Cirrus is under attack. Time to go back and do what Samus does, which is wreck face. That's gonna be entertaining. Alright. Haven't had to do the Cirrus Escape in a while either. I've been playing a lot of randomizer in my spare time. Which of course gets rid of the Cirrus Station. You start right at landing site. It's a lot of fun. And again, with randomizer, I apologize. I'm probably going to end up picking up things that I normally wouldn't. That is a lot of bass for Super Nintendo. Ridley's Tail actually does the most damage here. And this is a scripted fight. Oh gosh. And see? There we go. You can either hit Ridley 100 times or get down to 24 health. Either way, the fight ends. So, as you can imagine, in a speed run, it's much faster just to take the damage down to 24. Call it a day. I was trying for a damage boost there. No luck. That's fine. It's not great. But we'll work with it. So we're off Cirrus. It exploded. Thanks, Ridley. You're a jerk.
Okay, so I made like almost just in time, actually.
Yeah.
Because this is where it gets real.
Kinda.
This is the real gameplay.
This is gameplay. We'll see how real it is.
I am so curious because watching you do the wall jumps was absolutely insane, man. Last night, or just 2 hours ago, whatever.
Oh yeah, on the rando.
Yeah. So I'm curious if you're capable of doing that with the Pro controller.
We'll find out. Ooh man, that is really tricky. We'll make it work. Wall jumps are probably going to be one of the easier transitions I make from the other controller to this Pro, to be honest. We shall see. Down we go. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I remember Brian was doing that with count to 5.
Yep. Hey, oh, that sounds like a donation.
I haven't got an alert yet. I don't know what that was. Was that you?
No, but if you go look on your Streamlabs, it'll let us know.
I'm busy. I'm busy.
Should be in the alerts queue. Right there. Right
new
there.
follower.
Ah, there we go.
New follower, Bernie Newman.
Cool, cool. Thanks.
Bernie Vern. He's the buddy that I wanted him to be able to see you do this.
Okay.
Because he and I were slogging on the game this last week, right, Vern? I think it was this last week we finished it.
Nice. Oops, alright. Alright, that's new. Okay, let's not. That's gonna be real annoying if that happens every time I try to move Pro controller.
Okay, what was going on? Or what was the issue?
I was trying to move while in morph, but the controller is very good with the D-pad. So I was hitting 2 directions at the same time, and it was unmorphing me. Which is not
Ideal for you.
No, but we'll make it work.
Because, yeah, I know you do a lot of, like, the spin technique stuff.
Never gotten that jump off. So I was hitting 2 directions. That's a lot of bass.
You say bass?
Oh yeah.
Surround sound coming in strong.
Do you spin jump, please? I'm thinking. Okay. Just fall. Yeah, that's breaking me out of some spins. We'll make it work. I'll try Alcatraz maybe once.
Did you say Alcatraz?
Yep. So it's a move in the speed run called the Alcatraz Escape because it's a really tricky series of wall jumps. But it's faster than bombing your way out of this. Once you get the bombs here.
What is it called? The morph ball speed run.
That's
What is that called?
mock ball.
Mock ball. That's right.
That's gonna be weird. What do I do?
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah.
That looks like a W.
Wish I could change where the select button was, but that's alright. Alright, so we'll try this once with this controller. So the Alcatraz Escape is a series of wall jumps here. There we go. So it's a lot faster than bombing the wall on the right side.
Like, how much time does that save you roughly?
20, 30 seconds.
Really?
Just because there's 3 bombs you have to lay on the right side and then going around. Yeah, where the select button is, I'll get used to it. Can you drop missiles, please? Thank you. Okay, that's unfortunate. We'll make do. Okay, need some missile drops here.
So realistically, with a randomizer that you normally play on, Trevor, like, you still know the game completely. You just don't know exactly their normal locations.
So
is that kind of the gist of
you
it?
still know the normal locations. It's what's there though might not be what you're used to. Oops, didn't get it. We'll try that again. It's under the proper jump. Nope, didn't get it. Got these misses though. Getting this mock ball is very important to the speedrun. Otherwise you have to kill Sports Bomb, and that's really slow. And no one likes to kill Sports Bomb. Should work. There we go.
Wow, man. I saw Brian Howey knock that out a couple years ago and was impressed with that.
Yeah, it's so if you can morph right when you hit the ground, you maintain your velocity that you had before morphing. And in that instance I was running. So you can get under those closing shutters without having speed booster, which you normally need to get here. So I get a couple extra missiles, but more importantly I'm about to get super missiles, which allow me again to skip a very slow boss, Spore Spawn. That's good enough.
I don't know that I remember that was there.
Yep, there's
In all actuality, I don't know if I got that.
probably
when
not.
I played through my run. I don't remember. I'm curious now.
It's pretty hidden. That should make it, yeah. So here's where playing a lot of rando is probably going to hurt me. I know pretty much where I'm supposed to be going at this point, but it's one of those things where I might muscle memory something that I don't need in the speedrun. Okay. There we go. So for that one, you're not supposed to come this way from this direction.
Okay.
But if you position Samus just right, you can accelerate that super missile to the other side of the screen and hit the block that's off screen. So there's a couple of instances of doing that where it's really cool and you can like hit things that you're not supposed to. In the room right above the room where we're in right now, there's another there's a wave gate that you can actually accelerate a super missile into, and then hit the wave gate from the wrong side, which is a nice little
Yeah, I noticed
sequence break.
on your random run,
Mhm.
you were able to hit a couple of the doors, like the
from
super
the wrong
metro
side.
or the which one?
The green gate glitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were hitting them from the wrong side, just by forcing the missile to go a little faster than it's meant to, and then you just basically make its hitbox wonky. Yeah, that would be real. There we go. We will make it.
So why the GameCube controller? Why is that one?
It's very ergonomic for me.
Okay.
So I like. So select is actually up on the top trigger here on that GameCube controller. So right now, when I'm trying to select my weapons, it's a little. I'm not quite getting the selects as fast as I want to, just because I'm used to having it up on that shoulder button. And so it's a little nicer that way. And then also, yeah, see, it's just a little slow for me to select weapons, but that's okay.
Vern just said it took him 4 hours to get this far.
It's all right. I've done this a few times.
When did you start this? Because you started this, what, our second year?
Yeah, so the first year when Brian ran this, I had never played Super Metroid before.
Ever,
Correct.
So 4 years ago, you've never played this game.
Yep.
To now you can speedrun this damn game.
Pretty much.
Wow.
So yeah, it was just one of those things where I had never beaten it before. I'm like, I really would like to learn how to run it. So I just watched a few runners, watched a few routes, learned the route, learned the rooms. And then from there, it's just getting really used to the controls.
There's a lot of things that I remember Howie talking about as far as like your spacing, like going into the doors. Like, do you do a lot of that? Like, do you mentally think of that, or like track your steps? Like,
Yeah.
the frame rates, or whatever. Like for when you enter into a.
So, what he's mentioning there, I believe, or what he's talking about, is aligning the doors. So you'll notice how the door sort of sank down there before it transitioned. So if you want to go fast, you just sort of learn when or where the center of the door is, so you don't have to worry about recentering on the screen every time, because that just wastes time.
Sure.
I have plenty of missiles. I'm gonna try and get the quick kill. We will see. I have plenty of energy.
You have plenty of energy. You have 70 points.
Yeah, that's plenty. That should work.
Why the ball right now?
It reduces lag.
Really?
Yeah.
What? And he can be killed right there,
Yes.
can't he? Right?
So that's what I was going for. My timing was just a little off.
And what is it? Does he take like 3 super missiles to the mouth? Is that what it's?
4. So Kraid has 1,000 health, and super missiles do 300. So if you can hit him with either 3 super missiles and 1 regular missile, or 4 super missiles, he's dead.
Interesting. The fact that you know those hit points, like, so. I mean, you see my collection of Metroid that I have, and you would think that, like, oh yeah, this guy likes Metroid, but like the stuff that you know, just learning in the last 3 years, and I've been a lifelong fan. It's wild to me.
It's a lot of it's from randomizer, honestly. Just learning like, okay, I need to I need to deal so much damage, and what's the fastest way to do that with the equipment I have? That'll work. Claw. Yeah, that'll work.
So walk us through what's the next step. Where are we going next?
So technically, I even did that out of order. You're supposed to have the high jump boots before coming to Crave.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's this gap over here that the game doesn't expect you to be able to make.
That one jumping over and then catching the mouth, yeah.
Yeah. So, however, if you can time that jump just right and then wall jump off that little ledge, you can skip high jump boots. We're going to grab them here in a minute, but it's rather than ride the elevator all the way down, ride it all the way back up, ride it all the way back down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just go kill Crave first and then get your high jump boots later.
This part here is where you're talking about.
So, my sister said she's jumping in the shower and then she can head over later to do an interview if we want, which would be awesome.
Sweet.
She's the one who works at Sanford in the NICU. So now we're going to get those high jump boots. Those are pretty darn important. Otherwise, we can't go much further. So not only would we not be able to go much further, well, we could if we wanted to infinite bomb jump, which is super annoying.
Right.
But totally possible. So
that was one that I remember in my younger days. I was good at timing that.
Yep.
Now I tried to do this on this last run when I was playing for going through it, and I was so frustrated. I was so frustrated with the spin jump. I was this used to be my favorite game. I am infuriated. And so when I watched you play on that randomizer, you were continuously able to get the spin off of the jump. That isn't an easy feat by any means. And so it's just kind of funny to see you hit it consistently.
there we go. Alright, off to Bubble Mountain we go. Whatever.
I feel like I missed you getting the suit.
That was after Crate.
I blinked.
Yep, it was right after Crate. After you kill Crate, you run behind him, and there's the suit.
Okay, that's what. Okay.
So, and then Fantoon on the next boss has our next suit. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about actually jumping through any of that garbage. Alright.
Dan says, save the animals.
Not gonna happen.
This, I remember Howie hitting that one too, talking about that one being an important one.
Yep, that helps you get speed booster a lot faster than you're supposed to. I mean, you're still supposed to get it about now, but it's just a lot faster to get that jump instead of going around 4 or 5 rooms.
Right. And you, obviously you haven't gotten the speed boost yet.
Yeah, which is right down here. I don't know if you ever know about those missiles.
Yep, I did.
It's always fun to find the little hidden ones, but that's what Metroid is based on.
There was one room, I can't remember which boss it was after, but you go into an empty room, and then the door is elevated just a little bit, and the energy tank is underneath the door.
Yep, that's after Ridley.
Yeah.
StarCraft 2 works.
Awesome.
Nice.
The only problem is the mouse, for some reason, isn't scrolling in game when you bump the sides. And I'm not sure if that's something that can be fixed. I have that problem at home sometimes too, but usually it just requires a restart and stuff. But that'll be fine.
So that one,
Let's grab Wave.
Played this before.
A few times.
yeah, if you wanted to restart that computer, you said you can.
Well, we'll see. Maybe you won't mind.
So the game wants you to have grapple beam here, but you don't need it.
Because you're a beast and being able to do that is sick and not right.
Now we're stronger.
What percentage of the game you think you're through?
20. Yeah.
And you're like hour and a half target?
Yeah, that's the target for today.
Danton is screaming no about the animals.
Yeah, so the whole save kill the animals thing, Fusion, which is immediately following Super Metroid, canonically Samus saves the animals in Super Metroid, and that's why they return the favor in Fusion. Danton is a Fusion runner, so I do not have power bombs yet. I gotta go this way. Actually,
Yeah, I haven't played Fusion at all ever actually either, and I was never a handheld guy.
okay.
And so I know he's got it on emulators or whatever, but
Yep. That's right. This is faster. Like I said, it's been a while since I've had to think about the route. Let's run through these froggies.
is Solomon's Key on the NES Online?
I
think it
have
is.
no idea. It might be. I played a little this morning.
Did you?
Yeah. I got a 1634, I think. The ice beam.
So what other games are you able to speedrun?
At the moment, it's this Link to the Past and Solomon's Key. I'd like to learn a few more, but that's what I have at the moment.
Danton, you're kind of a jerk, and I do have a Game Boy player. I just don't have the disc. I don't know if you remember that. And then when we went to the St. Cloud swap meet, the guy had the disc only and was asking $150 for the disc only. Like, I was at that point ready to drop 80 because that's typically what I had seen on eBay, but he wanted 150 and he was not budging on that. So, Danton, that's my dilemma, is trying to find that. And I know you've talked about somehow modding something in some way of getting that to work for me, and I'm totally interested, but honestly I never understood the idea of what you want to do. What the heck are you doing there?
I'm trying to morph
And then
drop a bomb at the same time. So we'll do this slow way. There we go.
Gotcha.
You're supposed to power bomb that. They don't think you're able to just jump up and bomb that regularly, but you can.
Interesting.
Without high jump, it's really easy to mid-air morph and drop the bomb all in one go, but I kind of want to leave my high jumps on. Because menuing is slow. Yay.
Danton, are you at MGC right now? Like, obviously you're on and watching us and whatnot. Like, are you guys taking a break? Are you going? Like, what's your guys' status right now? All right, so Trev, for the people that are watching, for you to do a speed run, now what is your next goal here?
So next goal is wreck ship. Gotta go kill Fantoon.
Any stops along the way?
Nope. Now that I have a speed booster, I'm able to sequence break that a little bit. A little bit. A lot of it you're supposed to have grapple beam. If you can... I'm going to do my darndest to get a short charge with this controller, and then...
What is a short charge?
So you're supposed to have a certain amount of running distance before you can
yes.
Shrine Spark.
Yes, I saw you do that.
But if the game checks at certain values if you're running or not, so that's what it's looking for, not if you're actually gaining momentum.
This was always interesting to me, seeing you and Howie do that, like getting hit by the spikes and getting blasted backwards because it's faster versus jumping.
Yep.
Which it's crazy. It's crazy to me that, like, some of the tricks that you speedrunners figure out is absolutely wild. Speaking of, so you got Solomon's Key, Zelda or Link to the Past, and then Super Metroid. So what is next game that you're kind of interested in?
I'd like to do the all keys run of Zelda 2.
All keys?
Yep.
Is that like
it's a category.
okay?
Because the any % run, you just rush and get the fairy spell as soon as possible, and then you don't need keys because you can just fairy through locks. All keys is kind of like the, hey, play the game somewhat as intended and collect all the keys that are available. So, we're going to take a safety save.
You really think you're gonna die?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Fantune is tough.
What'd you forget?
I forgot that A is over here on this controller, not on the bottom. Like on the GameCube. You know, where it is on every other controller in the world other than Nintendo. I might actually just go to the ship.
So Danton, you didn't go to MGC at all, is my understanding? That would be really disappointing because I know that's like a huge thing for you, and especially for that like being like right on your birthday.
Alright. I'm gonna save and use the restrooms. I'll be right back.
Ah. Potty break. You should have done that at the last save.
I should have, if you could hit save for me.
I will certainly hit save for you, but I'm not going to continue on because that.
Never mind, door's closed.
Knock, because
Okay.
Davis does that. That's thing. Yes, my wife will be jumping in, and her and Davis will be playing Bloodborne later. I think they're going to try and go through the game together, trying to figure out how to do that exactly. Because we'd like to be able to have a camera so you guys can watch, and so I might have to make some modifications to get that going. So I think Trevor has got a speed run coming up here that he's doing at 2 p.m. as well, so in like 3 hours. So I'll probably let him take over and host the channel for a little bit, and then I will try and get the PlayStations up here going. That way you guys can see that.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, God.
Welcome back.
Yeah. What
Long
happened?
time. We missed you.
What happened?
Well, you know, you saved,
Okay.
so that happened. And now we're going to the wreck ship,
Yes.
and we're going to beat Fantune.
I hope so.
I love that I use we, and I'm not doing anything other than moral support.
Hey, living vicariously. Alright. Time to see if I can shine spark with this controller.
Shine Spark.
Is
Yeah, it's a cool little thing.
Is that what are you doing there?
Ah,
Wrong direction.
sparked up.
Yeah, so what happens, Davis, is that like you get this ability to do a speed boost, and if you hit down at the right time, you turn into that like glowing orb, right? And then it allows you to kind of take this speed jump and
I know what I'm
In with you to
it kind of launches you, right? And so what Trevor is trying to do right now is get this shine spark to go in that direction, so to go sideways instead of up.
And that's how you
That-
miss.
And he's going to completely bypass this whole thing that normally you would need the grappling hook in order to
Well,
do.
that's cool.
So there is a short charge here. I'll try once.
So Daniel, yes, we have eaten a few wings, and so we're doing any $50 donation that comes through. We're doing a roll the dice and eating eating a wing from Buffalo Wild Wings. We got 6 of their hot sauces, and so we're kind of doing a mystery roll, and we've numbered them. That way, we don't know which one we're gonna eat. So that's what we've been doing. I think Trevor put down 5 last night from what he had said. So
Yeah, something
he
like
had
that.
had a couple of good donations last night during his run.
Yeah, I had a couple. So 50 missiles is more than enough.
So Vern, I don't know if you caught the whole thing with the Shine Spark or whatever, and then being able to launch forward. You and I had talked about that, and I don't know that I ever actually got to explain that correctly, but hopefully you got to see it there for what Trevor was doing.
Try my darndest.
That Shine Spark is really kind of helps in a lot of ways.
All right. Okay, Fantoon, be nice.
You got what, 1 reserve tank?
Yeah.
So what is his damage or whatever his flight
Fantoon
HP?
2,500. And he takes double damage from super missiles. However, if you hit him with a super missile and it doesn't kill him, it just ticks him off. He enters an enraged state, and then he hits you left. That helps. I think I got 3 there, so that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the goal is to hit him with 19 regular missiles and then 1 super missile to deal the double damage to get him all the way to 2,500.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's 4 plus the 7 I had, we're at 11.
It's at 25 you need?
19 regular missiles and then 1 super missile. So
I lost count there.
it's alright, so we were at 11, that was about another 6. I'm just gonna off my reserve right now. So we're at 17, so 2 more missiles and a super should do it. So I should be able to kill him this round.
If everything lands.
Come on, Trevor, guy. Let's grab that. I scared him away.
1 more should be all it takes,
Oh
right?
yeah. And a super missile will be just fine, so.
Now, is there a reason why you don't just select the super missile right away? Like, when you're doing it, I've noticed that.
Yes, if you hit him with the super missile and it doesn't kill him, he goes into an enraged phase. And then he's at the top of the screen for a long time, and he just spams fireballs. And they're hard to dodge. They go in a weird looping pattern from the ceiling.
I love that you played this
That was low on health.
Yeah. That's what
my high jumps are still off. Alright, Fantoon down. 2 bosses to go. The wreck ship is still pretty dangerous, might I add.
In which way?
These atoms are actually, they hit like a truck.
Do some damage.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so what's next?
Next we're going to grab a couple more supers here. It's very important that we stock up.
For which battle?
Ridley.
Heading Ridley next? Okay.
So, without the grapple beam, Dragon's actually a little trickier as well. So we're going to have to super kill Dragon. He is one boss where having the grapple beam is really nice, but since we don't have it, we're just going to sort of make do. Ow. Alright, thanks, friend. No, we'll be alright. Okay, that kind of. So, super missiles are our friends. Takes 30 super missiles to kill Ridley. There are only 50 in the game.
Oh, that's a fun fact, Vern. If you didn't catch that.
So you can full beam combo Ridley as well, but super missiles do the most DPS because they also do double damage to Ridley, much like Fantoon.
Did you say DPS?
Damage per second, yes.
Not heard that acronym before.
Alright, we're gonna kill this app. Just to be safe.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah. Let's do it this way.
That was an insane jump that you had coming through that door.
High jump boots are really great.
Just the velocity that you got in the morph ball, though. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, hi friends.
hello.
So there is a much faster way to do this room using speed booster and a horizontal giant spark if you time it right, but I'm not good at
How
it.
would you do that? You got to get like a short spine then, or short.
So you
shine
run,
spark?
yeah, you run all the way over to the right side, and then you shine to the left. I think this is supers. Nope, just regulars. Okay. See, there's that rando again coming in. I don't know. You could use a little more health, actually. One. There we go. Alright. So next we're grabbing our gravity suit. That'll let us get into Meridia, which has, I think, the best soundtrack in the game. Let's grab that.
So when you start looking at like your health and kind of like damage, do you kind of go through in your own head how much damage you think you were gonna take?
Yes. So like in this room too, I know how much damage those spikes do. I know how many jumps it's going to take me, so I know how much health I need to be safe to get through.
And then do you quantify for like how much you're gonna need, kind of like going into the next room where enemies would be? Like right now, right? So you knew how many points was it there did you take?
So with various suit, I want to say it's 80. I know without it's 160, so I believe it's 80. Because Varia halves the damage from spikes. And we are going to grab this reserve tank back here. Gonna grab this reserve tank, mostly as a safety for Ridley. Oh god, I almost... that time I actually hit the A button, but it wasn't the A button I wanted. The real A button, not the A button I've assigned.
Right. Last week when I was playing through this, I did that and then didn't attest for like the fall bricks, and so I had to do it all over again. That was really frustrating.
Good times. Alright, gravity suit. Pretty safe now. I might grab the gauntlet E-tank before going back to Meridia. Yeah, let's do that. So I am going to grab a safety E-tank, just because I haven't done this in a while, and I'd rather not die to Ridley.
Yeah, Vern played Ridley and suffered through that fight pretty good. He's messaging me at night. He's like, "How do you do it?" Because I know that there's a spot where you can basically stand almost underneath him and just shoot directly up, and he won't be able to hit you on the edge, but he can hit you with the fireballs. But like,
yeah,
with his tail dive, he can't.
Correct. I saved.
Because you can.
pretty much.
And what'd you start? I think at like 11:06.
I think so.
You're roughly 45 minutes in.
Sounds about right. I can do this before. Oh, I can't. So,
Is that a shortcut?
let's do this a really fun way. Or let's try to do this a really fun way.
I'm gonna try and spark through it.
I'm going to try and spark all the way through.
What are you doing?
Okay, I absolutely hit the ankle button, but sure. Sure game.
What were you going for there? I'm curious.
So I'm going to, let's do, where's my ankle? It's here. I was just going to diagonally shine spark all the way up this ledge up here.
Ah, okay.
So that platform below me
This is insane.
just long enough to do a short charge.
The fact that you just did that, like,
There we go. Through the door. Whee! Alright, E-tank.
oh my God, Vern, did you just see that? How long will it take you to be able to do that, Vern? Holy crap, Trev.
So, like I said, that one you need to do a short charge up top, drop down to the ledge below, and then trigger the horizontal shine spark. Ah. You alright, Bert?
His response was not PG.
This is a family stream. Alright, now we're going to go into the ship and get my power bombs back. Thank you. Alright, into the ship, get power bombs back to Meridia. Kill Dragon. Down into, what's it called? Lower Norfair. Kill Ritters. And then move around.
That was sick, Tyler. Jeez, my God.
That one's a fun one.
I haven't seen you do that. That's like.
I don't normally get that E-tank.
I've never seen anyone do that. That was sick.
Yeah, that one's you usually only see that in the 100% route by really good runners.
That is wild. Morgan, you said that Tyler is kind of losing it over there seeing that. So I want to say that this was one of his favorite games as well. Am I correct in remembering that? I know obviously like he wanted the helmets that I have not finished painting, and so yes, I apologize. You can call me out. They bought the helmets off the auction
Last year.
Last year. These ones right
Yep.
here.
Oh
that
yeah,
I got.
no, I
They're
bid
here.
on them.
They're here.
I bid on them too.
But yeah, my painting skills are slow. So.
There we go. Whee. Alright. Meridia is really fun.
I can't believe you just blasted through like all of that. Like I'm still processing that, man.
That's a really fun shine spark to do. You have to open the door first. There is what's
And
called
the door
a
stays
wraparound shot.
open
Yeah.
if you go off
As
screen. Yes.
long as you don't transition rooms, the door will stay open.
Interesting.
So there's actually a wraparound shot you can do because the code for where the door is exists on both sides of the room. So if you have wave beam, which we do, you can actually shoot on the far right, like from that platform where I got the shine spark. You can shoot angled just right, kind of like how we were accelerating those missiles off screen. You can do that with a charged wave shot, which we have, and it actually hits the door from the wrong side. I don't know that tech yet. I just know it exists. Alright, we're gonna grab this E-tank. That's fine. Grab this E-tank. More safety. So
And you don't have the grappling hook yet,
Correct.
obviously.
Yep, and I
Be up
never,
there in the
I never
pile.
will get it. We've already passed.
As well as like the X-ray vision, you won't get
Oh,
that
God, no.
either, right?
Yeah, no. Okay.
Oh my God.
Please get through the door. Thank you.
Oh, Trevor.
What? I need super missiles.
I love this game so much, and it's just amazing seeing this.
Well, I'm happy to provide entertainment.
I still can't believe that you 3 years ago, whatever, you hadn't even played this game before.
Correct. Okay, I absolutely hit the angle button again, but we'll do a gravity jump instead. That's fine. Oh God, this will be tough. Okay, completely missed. This is really weird on this controller.
So what are you trying to do here?
So, you can actually trick the game. Here, 1 second. That should work. If you take the gravity suit off underwater, like we're doing here, it actually maintains your momentum and multiplies it, so you shouldn't be able to make that jump normally. But because we took the gravity suit off, you keep your momentum, like the gravity suit momentum, but it also gives you the various suit, like, oh, you're slowed down in water, so you go super fast, but you don't start dropping from your jump until you're supposed to, if that makes sense. So you get,
Yeah,
you get a lot more
I
distance
guess we're.
than you should.
That's crazy. That's, you know, like a lot of the stuff that you're doing is kind of just like really skill set, but in this particular case with what you did there is more like tricking the game.
Yeah. You still need to, so the game pauses at really weird times. So like if I hit pause right now, it like fades out and you can still move, watch,
Right,
while it's pausing. So there is still an element of timing to it where you have to time the jump to make sure, okay, Samus still has enough momentum. So it's not like we're going to get completely frozen. I just want these supers.
I was gonna say, I think I missed this on my run. I don't remember this area.
Yeah, a lot of people miss Watering Hole.
So when you were playing your randomizer, I noticed that you had an excessive amount of energy, like
Oh, yeah.
right away. Why was that? How did that happen?
Game just put all the energy tanks early.
So like you were getting them instead of like missiles or whatever?
So the game builds logic backwards. The randomizer does anyway. So it takes the game and says, okay, what do you need to beat X? And then it makes sure that before you get to X, you have what you need to beat it, logically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is too, actually. And so you're piecing together what you're supposed to get in order to beat certain bosses. Otherwise, everything else is just junk fill. And so it can be missiles, super missiles, power bombs, or energy tanks, or reserve tanks. So the junk fill just, as long as you logically have what you need to beat a section, everything else is junk fill. And so the energy tanks in that scene just happen to be the majority of the junk fill in the early scene.
The other thing, So as I'm playing Guardians of the Galaxy earlier, I'm like dying consistently because I'm like trying to talk to the chat, and here you're having full out blown conversations, and you're just making these random speed jump while we're having a conversation about nothing relating to it. It's insane.
Alright, Batum. This mini boss has a notoriously terrible hitbox. See, that one just got eaten. It's like if you don't hit him right on the nose, it doesn't count. We need to hit him 10 times with super missiles. Charge shots work too. I am quickly running out of my supers, which is a pain. One more. Thank you. Give me supers, please. Otherwise, the Dragon fight is gonna suck. We're gonna have to charge shot him. Okie dokie. That's alright.
Not how you're supposed to get that.
Why not? Why would I go from the back? When you can just jump from the start. Oh, I missed it. Shoot. So there's a way to carry your shine all the way up here and then spark across, but it's very technical and you need really good timing to do it, and I've never been able to do it. I really wanted to, and I didn't.
I mean, it's not like you haven't done enough to impress us, but I mean, by all means.
I'm just trying to go fast, man. Oops. You're supposed to die.
So what are we? We're
Dragon.
almost exactly 1 hour in right now.
Okay. Precious missiles.
Yeah, we're well.
Yeah, it's Dragon, then we sprint through Lower Norfair to kill Ridley, and then it's Mother Brain.
Mother Brain is ridiculously easy. Is it? Yeah.
Well, if you've collected everything.
Have you?
Yeah, I
Nope.
guess that. I guess that's a fair assessment.
I got that mouse issue fixed, so that works fine now.
Good.
Dragon Randomizer is great because you usually have Grapple Beam or... Okay.
So how many shots does this one take?
Dragon is 6,000 health, I think?
How much does the super bombs do?
200. However, I'm just trying to clear out the...
Yeah, that way I can do it. You can't grab it, rather.
There we go.
Davis, you want to come over and sit? Yeah.
I think Duke's gonna come over.
Okay.
Yep.
What?
Getting
Yeah.
grabbed by all of the tiny grabbers.
Yep.
I don't know if you wanted to bother having a camera on Duke for just playing or not sure.
Downstairs we won't be able to.
Okay. I'll just be.
Oh, I'm out of power bombs too. Cool.
Yeah, the only one that will have is this one here.
Okay.
That's where I was saying to the people watching. A couple people wanted to see Olivia playing Bloodborne or whatever, and so I figure, Trev, you are going to head back to your place around 1:30ish.
Yeah.
To stream at 2, right?
Yes. So SMZ3 is at 2.
So I think I am going to have you host then. I'm going to try and figure out how to get Bloodborne up here with both the TVs for these guys.
Nice.
to let them kind of go through and chat a little bit.
Absolutely. So now we have space jump, so all of those tricky wall jumps become pointless. Because we can do this. Whee!
Right, yeah.
Samus can fly because she believes in herself. Also, Samus is a woman. Shout out if you don't know that. Sorry for spoiling.
Everyone should know that.
I would hope so, but, you know. Again,
Davis maybe didn't know that. I didn't. Did you know that?
kid maintenance.
Olivia, around like 2:30ish, we'll probably have you and Davis run some Bloodborne. So
Good.
It's gonna be your something like that. And I might end up just having to go back with you and then come back to get him.
Okay. Jerk attack. So now we're gonna go get the most powerful beam in the game. Plasma. Sorry, Davis. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just
So we're off to get the most powerful beam in the game, plasma beam. There's a reason it's hidden behind Dragon. And actually, it's something you can do in the randomizer, but not in the base game. It's called the microwave beam. What? So it's called the microwave beam. So if you have the X-ray scope, charge beam, and plasma beam, that might be my sister. Do I need a mask? No. So she is on her way to give a little interview. Anyway, if you have charge, plasma, and X-ray, fun fact about this game is enemy hitboxes are active even when the screen is paused. And what X-ray does is completely pause the screen. So if you have charge in plasma, which shoots through enemy hitboxes, you can actually repeatedly turn X-ray on and off to just hold the beam in the middle of the boss as it constantly takes damage. And so that works on Dragon, Phantoon, and Bottoon, which is why Plasma Beam is after them. So yeah, you can literally just microwave the bosses using that beam combo.
And you said that's only capable of being done in the randomizer?
Pretty much. You could do it in reverse boss order. You could microwave Phantoon. But because you can't get Plasma until you've beaten Dragon, you cannot then microwave Bottoon or Dragon, which are two of the bosses you can use it on. So
Sure.
all that leaves is Phantoon.
So you're still using a wall jump, though you have the ability. Why?
It's faster.
Okay.
If you time your wall jumps properly, it is faster than space jump. Especially if you're doing verticals.
Flying is helpful. Wow.
It is. Not going to get spring ball because A, I don't have grapple beam, and B, it's slow. So, sorry, Shackle fans. If you're watching, of course.
So you didn't do any reverse doors?
No, you don't really need to outside of randomizer. Really want more ammo, but we'll be all right. We're gonna get screw attack to make Norfair trivial, because you can cheese Golden 3 Zone. And everyone likes cheese. Especially when you cheese a boss. So there's a spot where you can hide on Gold 3 Zone, where he can't hit you, but you can hit him. It's a lot of fun.
We'll see.
Everyone keeping up?
I think so.
Everyone understand what's going on? Because I don't. I just know it works. Alright. So you can gravity jump in here too, if you really wanted to. And
That
so
little trick that you showed earlier.
yes, where you keep your momentum but don't keep your momentum. That one.
Right.
So that's something you can do in randomizer to skip the requirement of space jump there. If you're really good at short charging, you can also short charge through the door, take a damage boost, and then shine spark up. I am not that good. I will tell you right now.
You're terrible. One of the worst players I've ever seen.
Yeah. Awful. At least bottom 50. Drain the acid.
Do it. Do it now. Making it happen.
We're gonna save my power bombs. Ah, base. Yeah. Alright. So we don't need that missile, but I'm gonna grab the soup. We'll grab it, I guess. I guess I got the jump. This should be good. Yep.
So does he just lock in place there then, or what
Pretty much.
happens?
Pretty much. So he's trying to hit you with that little crescent beam attack, whatever you want to call it. But because his attack starts beyond where you are, I don't want to alarm doggos, but I am here. Awesome. I can go let her in.
I got you.
Okay. Cool. Because of where your hitbox is and where the hitbox of the attack starts, it just doesn't touch you.
Gotcha.
We're gonna heal up here. Alright. 11 supers. You alarmed doggos anyway. Come have a seat. We're screaming. Nice. There's some supers. Let's just fill up that way. Come have a seat, Toad. We will interview you while I'm playing. We are live, by the way. So, howdy, folks. Webcam's right in front of you. So, this is my sister Shandy. She is actually a NICU nurse at the hospital where our funds are going. I don't know how better to say that. So, the hospital for which we are raising funds.
That benefits from Children's Medical Network.
Yes, is where my sister works as a nurse in the neonatal intensive care unit.
Yeah.
Getting better at saying that. Basically, preemie babies and what other kind of children do you take care of?
Well, the NICU actually takes care of a lot of different types of babies. We do premature babies, but we also do babies that are having difficulty transitioning from intrauterine to extrauterine life who need respiratory support. We do surgical cases. We do sugar instability and feeding issues. So we can get a baby anywhere from half a pound all the way up to 14 pounds. So.
So, how long have you been there?
I have been in the NICU since 2016.
There you go. We'll say NICU. I know you've bounced around between a few different hospitals. But,
yes, I've done NICU since 2016.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what's some of the impact that you've seen from sort of the care that the Children's Hospital does, and like either what it does to the parents, what it does to the children,
Yeah. So the biggest thing is that in our new facility, we have private rooms so that parents can spend the night with their children. In the pediatric side and the pediatric ICU, they can also spend the night with their children. So it's really nice to have those rooms available for families, that they can sleep in their room, they can be there 24 hours a day, they can be with their kids if something happens, or if they just want to be there the whole time their kid is in the hospital. So that's a really good feature. Also, I just think all of the new advances that we have pretty state-of-the-line incubators, we have state-of-the-line different products, positioning products, developmental products that we can use from the neonate all the way up through our pediatric side, and that's really beneficial. One of the biggest things that we spend the money on is the incubators in the NICU. Those cost a pretty penny. You can get one for about the same price of a new car.
Oh, wow.
So, yep. But they're really integral for NICU life. They can self-adjust. So you put a temperature probe on the baby, and then the bed reads the baby's temperature, and I can set what I want the bed to make the baby. So I can cool them up, or cool them down, warm them up, and then keep them in that nice environment. We can add humidity for those that are micro preemies, so under 28 weeks. And a normal gestation is 40 to 41 weeks. So we take pretty small tots. In our NICU, we 22, 23 is kind of iffy. We do take 24 and up. I know other facilities in the state and across the country do take down to like 21 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So about half the gestation.
That's wild.
it's actually crazy.
So, like, what's... I don't know, and this might be a little personal. How does that wear on you, seeing, babies that are a tenth of the size that they should be?
I tell people I see miracles every single day, and it's not just with our micro preemies. It's with our bigger kids. It's with the kids that come in through the ER for the pediatric intensive care unit. Children are fighters, and it's amazing. It's some of the most difficult but rewarding work that I have ever done in my life.
And how long have you been doing it?
Since 2016.
Somebody missed that.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Came in late.
You're good.
Catch ya.
So, I mean, obviously, I say the work you're doing, I'm sitting here playing a video game. By the way, you're eating a hot wing before you leave. That's for donating $250 last year, making us all eat a hot wing. You are absolutely eating one.
It's for the kids.
It is for the kids. And so, obviously, what we do doesn't just go to the NICU. Have you seen some of the other places where Extra Life funds impact?
Absolutely. So the pediatric side and the pediatric intensive care unit, or PEDS and PICU, also benefit from Children's Miracle Network funds. We use a lot of distracting objects. So toys, games, stuffed animals, a tablet for those kids that are experiencing really scary interventions. We give them something to do with their hands while we're placing IV or drawing lab work. It really helps distract them and keep them being kids instead of, I'm a patient in a hospital. We also have blankets and clothes and things that we can give to the baby's pediatric intensive care unit if they come in without anything. Some of those kids, they're just really scared. They're not sure why they're there. So something as simple as Play-Doh and a set of bubbles can really turn their day around.
That's awesome.
I know when we came and we did the tour, you guys had can't remember what it was, Trev. The kind of light system. It was almost looked like tentacles, but they were light.
Yeah, that thing is really cool. You can program different light patterns. It's really distracting. There's bubbles and stuff with it. It's just something, again, to distract them from whatever we're trying to do. So place an IV, draw labs, any sort of procedure, just so that they can kind of distract themselves and hopefully make it a little more bearable.
Yeah. One of the other things that was really interesting to me was how dominant Xbox or Microsoft is in the hospital. So,
Yes.
What was it, every room's got an Xbox?
Every single room on the pediatric and PICU side has one, yes.
So if there's people out there that are PlayStation fanboys, it's kind of one of those things, it's just looking at what the companies do a little bit differently and how they're supporting and where their actual dollars are going. And so a lot of people talk about voting with the dollars and what systems and whatnot, but when you look at the adaptive controller that Xbox came out with as well. And so they're really looking at innovating the future for everybody being able to game versus just focused on like your console exclusives, where a lot of people get into those console wars at. And so it's just really like gaming in general is a fantastic thing, and that's why it's kind of one of those like I don't get into the fanboy systems, but like I said, I do have to do those call outs for Microsoft because it really was incredible seeing it in the hospital where it actually makes an impact.
Well, and it's absolutely huge. We have different games that they can rent out while they're staying. They can also input their streaming subscription information and watch different streaming services instead of just TV. So for those kids that are younger or developmentally delayed, having that consistency and that stuff that they have at home is super important too, especially if they have a long stay.
Right.
What do you guys consider a long stay?
Well, it kind of depends on which unit you're in. Pediatric has the most turnover, so sometimes the stay is less than 24 hours. Sometimes the stay is a couple weeks. Pediatric intensive care unit, again, kind of depends. A lot of times they will de-escalate from the intensive care unit to the pediatric side, so that kind of affects how we look at length of stay. But some kids in the PICU, I mean, it's months, depending on the severity of the condition. The longest that I have ever seen in the NICU was 14 months.
Holy cats.
Yeah, so we celebrated that baby's first birthday in the NICU.
Wow.
Yeah. So it can be a long time, and so having these little things to make the hospital feel more like home is so super important, not only for the patients but their families as well.
That's
So do you know as far as like the billing kind of stuff goes for families? Like I know that the Children's Miracle Network pretty much takes care of everybody in those regards, but like is there usually like some sort of bills that carry over for those families?
Absolutely.
Usually?
Yep. And it kind of depends on which area you're in, how intensive your treatment is, how intensive your care is, whether or not you need extra respiratory support or intravenous fluid support. The bills can be up to millions of dollars,
Right.
depending on how long they're
Well,
there.
I imagine a 14-month stay, right? So like,
Yep.
yeah.
And if they've ever had surgery, I mean, that tacks on like that. So
Right.
it can really add up. Some families really face financial hardship because of that.
I believe it.
And that's why every dollar counts that you guys make those donations for what Trevor and I do as far as streaming. So that's kind of where we're trying to help with a financial cause.
And I mean, if I gotta play a few video games to do it, so
There are worse things.
There are way worse things.
we're on our way to kill Mother Brain, by the way, Josh.
All right. I kind of figured that. I did get back from Ridley, so.
I don't know if you were keeping tabs at home on where we were at or how long it's been, but
We are an hour and 19 minutes right now.
not bad. Not my best, but not bad. I'll take it having not run this.
Well,
yet
a
right
traditional run, right?
Yeah.
So not your randomizer runs.
now. Correct. And if you really want to have your mind blown again, 3 p.m. Eastern. I know other things are going to be going on, but if you want to have something on in the background, I'll be doing that Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer, which is this game plus Link to the Past put together in one fun game.
That's awesome.
So any other final thoughts on Extra Life, Shandy? I know obviously you've been helping out us on different ways, sharing and obviously these interviews.
Yeah.
Has Extra Life itself had an impact on you outside of your geeky brother playing video games?
Oh, absolutely. When you walk into the Children's Hospital, there's a plaque right on the wall of our large donation numbers, and Extra Life is right on there. You guys are a huge contributing factor. The work I do, it is what it is. I use the equipment that I use, but having that equipment and being able to do those procedures, all of those things, it's like hugely important, especially for trying to grow the hospital in our area. Being that central children's hospital for the Fargo-Moorhead region as well as surrounding areas, so that patients don't have to go further away, like to the cities, to get these specialty cares.
That's true, because thinking about it, the hospital that we have right here in our own backyard, we kind of take it for granted. But
Absolutely.
if they can't go here, their next choices are what? Bismarck and Minneapolis.
It kind of depends on the level of care that they need. So if they need a level of care that we cannot provide, they would go to the Minneapolis area or something like that. They would not go to the Bismarck area. We do get a lot of transports from surrounding areas, sometimes as far away as like the Minot, Williston areas. So it kind of just depends on what they need and what services we can provide for them. We do have a lot of surgical services. There are some surgical services that we still have to send out at this time. So
Makes sense.
I think one of the fun things for me, just realizing as we talk about how long we've been doing this, is that we kind of got in this a year after you did.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's kind of really interesting to see
it's
that kind of impact actually between the family.
absolutely,
I know Tad is a huge supporter too. So.
absolutely. Yeah, he makes some really cool stuff for the action.
Yeah.
David, could you please hand us that wooden controller right behind you there? We'll hold that one up to the camera. If you aren't already on the silent auction site, which we will post in chat here shortly, this is one of the items. Actually, there are two of these. One closes today at 9 p.m. Central, and one closes on the 20th at 9 p.m. Central. So get your bids in. This is an amazing piece of art.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
Couldn't be happier and more proud of my brother of the work that he does. Not only for us in the Extra Life, but just everyone in general. So please check out the silent auction.
Yeah, and I want to say we're at like $75. I want to say for these guys right now.
I think that sounds about right.
it's pretty heavy. It's a high quality piece.
Definitely is. So Trev, do you know what type of wood was all used into that, or was it more stain?
So no, there's actually real high quality woods in there. I know he has some mahogany in there. I know he has some walnut in there.
I think this one's walnut.
And I think white oak are the three main woods that he used, which are of course nice, heavy, well preserved woods.
So it'll last a long time.
It will. I think the frame is obviously like pine and other things, but well, we're just gonna power bomb these guys then. So little known fact: 3 power bombs kills these Metroids. And again.
Well, I don't know if you're interested, but I did bring some visuals
That'd be awesome.
from the NICU. So I often get asked what's the smallest baby that I've ever seen. And I know we kind of touched base earlier that the NICU takes term babies with issues as well as preemies. But it is kind of fun to show people exactly how small
Fun in air quotes.
babies can be. Like I go back to saying, I see miracles every single day. So this is a size 1 diaper. So normally, if you have a baby like 8 to 9 pounds, they're kind of in this guy. This is a newborn size. And then we have our first preemie size, our second preemie size, and a third preemie size. So we have, yeah, it's the size of his thumb. So, and then in a different brand also, there's a nano preemie. So these are the ones we use for like our 22, 23, 24 weekers. And this is compared to the regular preemie size that I would use for like a 29, 30 weeker. So you can kind of see.
It's hard to grasp.
Yeah.
You can just see those.
Right.
I mean, you can barely grasp. It's
Yeah. The other cool thing, so this is a normal newborn blood pressure cuff. So if you hold it up to your hand, you can kind of see it goes, it's about the thickness there. You wrap it around a couple of his fingers. This is kind of what we would use for a couple weeks early. And then we have our size 2. And then this is our size 1. And it barely fits around just 1 finger. Has to wrap all the way around.
That's ridiculous.
So, I mean, this is the size difference of a newborn versus the smallest baby that we can treat. So, equipment like this, this provides a more accurate blood pressure reading so that we can give life-saving medications. It really matters. Like, having the different sizes is huge. So thank you very much for your support, for your donations. It makes things like this happen.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. So, right before I fight Mother Brain here, I'm going to pause, and you're going to have a hot wing.
Oh no.
However, I am a benevolent brother. I will let you choose your sauce other than the barbecue. Josh and I, however, will roll for ours.
I can do that.
So, Shanny, your options are Nashville hot, hot buffalo, Thai curry. No, not that one. That's honey barbecue. Jam and jalapeno, or mango habanero.
Sniff testing.
You go for it.
We say sniff test.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a very white girl.
Yep, checks out.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the jam and jalapeno.
Sounds good. All right, that will be number 6 for us. Honey barbecue is 1. I will re-roll if I get 1. I will re-roll. I got it goes 6, so I will also be taking jam and jalapeno.
I got the
Mango habanero for Josh. So there are boneless wings in the crock pot.
Alright. Just grab it out.
Yep.
Grab one out.
You can grab one from you too, please. Thank you.
There you go. Dinner and a show.
There you go. So, submerge your wing in the jam and jalapeno. Oh, come on. Really go to town. And so again, thank you so much for your donations. As a reminder, every donation of $50 or more, we will keep rolling.
Which one do you get?
Jam and jalapeno.
Mm.
It lingers on the lips, I found out earlier.
Thanks for the warning.
How's mango habanero?
Not as bad as it was last night. Last night when I did it, immediate hiccups.
There you go.
Hiccups. Success.
As bad as the ghost pepper from last year, Josh?
Or the Reaper from like 3 weeks ago.
No shame.
Yeah.
Again, thank you to Buffalo Wild Wings and Moorhead for sponsoring us with the buffalo sauces and the wings. I'm actually on my way after this to go pick up some more, and I'll bring them back for the crock warmer. Shandy, again, thank you so very much for stopping by. We truly appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate everything you guys do for raising funds. It's awesome. And it does, it makes it impact.
You want your Mega Preemie Deckers back?
Yeah.
Does work know that you have these? I will let you Zoidberg away. Awesome. Thanks again, Shandy. No, you're fine. Unless you want to stay and watch the final boss.
Well, considering I worked a 13-hour shift last night,
Go to sleep.
I'm going to go take my leave. Thank you for having me.
Thanks again, Shandy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care. All right. Let's kill us some other brain.
Any specific tactics that you go off of for this one?
This one, as long as I have full beam combo, which I do, I'm going to be using that because that is the most damage that you can do to Mother Brain. I do have 30 supers, so I might be using those too. But I'm going to start with the beams because the first 2 phases are her least dangerous, and then I want to be able to just rapid fire missiles here in a minute. I lost count, which is very unfortunate. Alright, she's in catch-up, so we can just do this now. So Super Metroid runners like to name Mother Brain's attacks after food. So there's onion rings, there's ketchup, This is just the rainbow bean because that's what it is. But so she'll drop the little chicken nuggets, she'll shoot onion rings, she'll shoot the ketchup, the French fries. So Mother Brain is the whole dinner. But now we're in the slow portion of the fight. That lingers, man. And I know the mango one does too because I had one earlier.
The mango habanero is probably the hottest
I
one.
think that's the kicker. By the way, I did have a question in my chat earlier of how much it would take, asking for a friend, of course, how much it would take in one donation for me to not have a nugget and just chug the remainder of a bottle of sauce. I'm thinking 500. If someone wants to drop 500, I will go ahead and just down one of those bottles of sauce. For the kids. I've been thinking about this since 3 a.m.
Would they get to choose?
They requested the hot one. So I would probably go with either mango habanero or like not the Nashville hot, but the other hot one, which would be disgusting. But
Oh
for
my
the kids.
God.
But again, for the kids. Like I said, if someone drops $500, that is, I will chug one of the remaining bottles of sauce. Bear in mind, they're about half full because we split them because we were streaming in 2 separate areas, so we could obviously have. Oh, hey, the cutscene's done.
I'm sure we could probably talk to B-Dubs
Oh,
and tell
and
him
get
that,
more. Like, hey, we ran out because someone was a lunatic and decided to drop 5 bones on it. So there's the onion rings. See, look at her. She's just shooting those onion rings. Keep your head down.
So, like...
Oh, you don't have to. I'm saying
No.
that's my
No.
place.
I mean, that's like for sake of argument here. I'm just thinking, like... I did a Reaper for, like, nothing, right? Like,
Yeah, that was your choice.
I did that for funsies. But, like, what I'm getting at here is that, like, I feel like doing that would be way worse than doing, like, a Reaper. Like, I think that would have some major repercussions. Like,
Oh, yeah. It would. Josh, is Dan still in chat?
I don't know. Is Dan still in chat? Danton, are you here? We have lots of viewers right now, so is anybody
It's very possible.
is anyone even remotely interested in the $500?
No,
like
not that. I'm
genuinely asking, like, if like there's anybody out of our viewers here that's like, oh yeah,
It's like
I could,
because if you are, I'm raising my price right now.
because I mean,
I'm
God,
dropping my wall drinks here because I'm thinking about chugging a bottle of hot sauce. All right.
I mean, like Steve-O did his whole
the hot ones? That was
Well, yeah, but like his hot sauce isn't even that hot.
no.
honestly.
The hot ones episode, he decided to
Put it
pour
in
the
his
hot
eyeball?
sauce in his eye.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I love that shine spark, by the way.
Yeah, that was a little nuts.
All right, Danton, this is for you, bud. I don't know if you're still here or not. It's going to be even better if you're not here. So
Why?
we are going to make Metroid Fusion canon by saving the animals. So you're supposed to escape and get to your ship, but Samus has a heart of gold. We technically didn't see these animals during this playthrough, but they somehow become imprisoned over here where we got the bombs. Oh no, animals! Here you go! So Samus can shoot the wall.
What?
The animals can escape. Metroid Fusion can happen. And he gone. Let's go.
I have never known about that.
So there you are, the Save the Animals, as requested by one Wizard Danton.
I've never even known or heard about that.
And time.
It started at 11:06. It's 12:41. Probably took 5 minutes-ish to eat a wing.
Yeah, little,
So,
whatever, hour and a half, a little over. Not bad.
hour 35 minutes.
So if my in-game clear time was under an hour, you see Samus in a bikini. So there's that.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that either.
So pretty sure we're about to see Samus in a bikini. I think my clear rate is going to be about 55. Just because I grabbed a couple extra safeties, but I only had like 70 missiles. I'm sticking with 55.
Dude, seriously, chugging a bottle of hot sauce like that?
Josh is still on that. Clear time, 102. Oh, I just barely missed the hour mark. I think we still might get Bikini Samus. We're about to find out as the credits roll. It happens right after Deer Force. Right before Deer Force. One of the two. So anyway, that's Super Metroid in about an hour and a half. Hope you enjoyed it.
It was definitely
I didn't die.
impressive.
I didn't die. My Ridley fight was actually super clean. I was really happy with that.
You were more worried about Fantoon than anybody.
Oh yeah, that's because you go in to Fantoon like super underpowered. Yeah, he has lower health, but he hits like a truck. And so there's a new route. So I did intended boss order, which is the old route of running. A lot of new runners they go right to Fantoon. So they go to Fantoon with like 1 E-tank and maybe 10 missiles. So that's a super tricky fight. They kill him, they grab the gravity suit because then you don't even need to pick up the Vari suit because you have the gravity suit and the game thinks, well, if you have the gravity suit, you have the Vari suit. So it gives you the benefits of both. So you go right to Fantoon, then you actually go kill Ridley, then Dragon, then Kraid. So the first boss is actually the last boss. That's called the Picard route. Or no, Dragon's last. So yeah, Fantoon, Kraid, Ridley, Dragon, that's what it is, Picard, P-K-R-D. So that's sort of the newer, that's one of the newer routes. If you want to see some insane Super Metroid, look up the runner Shiny Zenny, Z-E-N-I, Shiny Zenny. He does insane Super Metroid things. And he has the world record in most of the categories in Super Metroid speedrunning. It's insane. He does reverse boss order, so you beat the bosses in reverse order. So Ridley is the first boss you kill, then Dragon.
How would that even
then
be
Fantoon.
possible?
You pick up a lot of extra E-tanks, and then you
Just charge through the lava?
charge through the lava, you take a lot of damage, and then, oh yeah, we're about to get it. Deer Force. There you go. Samus in a bikini. Kaboom.
Unlocked just in secret ways.
Beat the game in
In
basically
under,
an hour, I think.
So in-game time has to be under an hour and a half, I believe. Yeah, so you can do a thing called, I only have 10 power bombs, but I know where to get another 3 real quickly. It's going to be hard. No, there's acid up there. So I can show a technique called crystal flashing. And so what crystal flashing... Oh, 47. I was wrong. Look at that.
Look at that. Would you look at that?
Nope. That's the
I
game.
think you got to.
So-
I think you got to suspend it and then
No,
start
it's all
over
good.
again.
So, no worries. Crystal flashing is if you have less than 50 health total, like in reserves and on Samus, and you have at least 11 power bombs, 10 super missiles, and 10 regular missiles, you can enter what's called a crystal flash, and then it drains 10 missiles, 10 supers, 10 power bombs, but it costs a power bomb, so that's why you need 11, and it completely fills up your energy.
Show us.
All right.
I'm interested.
Down in Norfair. Where are there some power bombs? Oh, I haven't even beaten. Let's, how do you, ZLZR?
Yeah, it goes. Yeah.
ZLZR start?
ZL. Yeah.
Okay. New back.
Did you get my message from address?
How do
Start.
I like reset?
Hit the start button. I think. No.
Oh, this start button. There we go. Okay.
Then what do you want him to do?
So I was just going to reset and pick the other save file because you guys probably have a lot more power bombs.
Oh, yeah. Let me see.
10, north 50.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see here.
That works. Okay, cool. So the crystal flash is okay. I have no idea what the controller settings. Alright, X is shot. A is jump, and B is dash. Okay, so it's just rotated a little. I can live with that, just to show the crystal flash. Oh, you saved in Turian.
Run outside and grab Jude quick. I can just drop him off quick. She's got to get to the birthday party.
Sounds good. Sounds
So,
good.
I don't know. Yes, I can take damage in the acid down here. Okay, yep, that's right. I just told myself the buttons are switched. And I didn't listen. So, clearly there's plenty of ammo to do this. So I am going to damage down.
Oh, that really hurts you when you
Oh,
have
yeah.
the suits on. That's why I was thinking when you were talking about the getting down, like, to Ridley or whatever, like, that's insane.
Alright, we're gonna go a little slower here, just so I don't completely die. Right? So again, you need less than 50 health between reserves and actual tanks. So see how much more damage resistance the suits are giving us in this acid.
I would love to say that I do, but
Oh god. Yep, I died. I got distracted. That's
how you do it. Just like
yeah,
that.
that's a crystal flash. That's what we call an oopsie. I immediately went to tap the B button to jump, and it was dash. So
yeah. Opposite direction.
Fool, the fool I am. Again, we will take off the suits. Get that suit damage. Hold the reserves, because we can't get them. Okay. So let's get down closer. Let's not die this time, I promise.
Not do a dash.
Yeah, we won't dash this time. My finger is on the jump button. Alright, hit me. Ranker should do it. There we go. Alright, so, let's select. Okay, yep.
Whoa.
So that is the
What?
flash.
What did you just do?
So
like, what did you do though?
you hold the angle up, angle down, morph, hold down, and hold the fire button on the power bomb. And you hold that, and you must be in the exact spot you were when you placed the power bomb, and then you will crystal flash. Again, you need to be less than 50 health.
That is.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Jude. There you go.
Josh, this is Trevor.
Hi, buddy. I'm Trevor.
Hi.
Jude, can I get a fist bump?
Did I say Josh?
Boom.
Well, Josh, this is Trevor. Jude, this is Trevor also.
He's a strange man.
All right.
So yeah, that's Super Metroid in about an hour and a half, and How to Crystal Flash,
Awesome.
which will save you in low percent.
Do you know how to play chess?
Yes.
All right. So
I don't know how to
you
play
got
chess.
what, an hour before?
Yeah, thereabouts.
All right.
Chess
So
is my
we're
favorite.
An hour before I start.
You're gonna play a 5-year-old in chess.
All right, I'm gonna lose.
Well, that's the
Not even
intent.
on purpose.
All right, guys, we're gonna pause the stream here for a moment.
We could just
And then,
record right there, probably.
Nah, we'll do it on the table. It'll work better.
Did you know my favorite board game's chess?
I did, and you were gonna play the wizard Trevor in chess. So we will be right back, guys.
And Jude, I'm gonna get you some pizza for you.